4-3-3 of Randy Waldrum, the defensemen Gordon, Zalesky, Moon, and Fuchs to start the day. In the midfield, it'll be Caulfield, Mertz, and Ablodun. And then the group of forwards, West, Szczepanski, to start off up top for the Panthers.
Yeah, and someone we're definitely going to have our eye on today, making her second start. Deborah Ablodun scored in her first start against Bucknell. Definitely someone that Waldron's comfortable with going with in that starting lineup.
Pitt starts on the attack. Ashley Moon after that one. Couldn't run that one down, though, as it goes out of play. And we get to see Maddie Neundorfer for the first time in action here. Back in sort of her hometown from Monroeville, Pennsylvania, attended Gateway High School. Coming back here for the city game. We got a few players on both of these teams from Pittsburgh. A very local matchup in regards to both the players and the locations of the schools.
Yeah, a lot of local products here in this game. Makes the whole Battle of the City all that much more thrilling.
Neundorfer didn't play much prior to last season, but has sort of taken control of that starting goalkeeper position for the Dukes here in 2023.
Yeah, and familiar territory for her. She actually made her debut against Pittsburgh. It was actually at Duquesne in that first matchup in the COVID season in that spring.
Really got her good first dose of work last season, starting all 16 games in net for Duquesne.
Yeah, and it's been a good start to the season for her. I know they lost their last time out at West Virginia, but outshot 22-6. 5 saves in that one. Definitely kept her club in that game.
Duquesne trying to gain possession of their own defensive end. It's Jaden Sharpless there on the defense. Turns it over, though. Landy Mertz back to Ellie Caulfield in the midfield.
Yeah, and that's where Pitt's really going to look to control this game, is through the midfield, try to get the ball upfield to their forwards up in front, and really just dominate possession, dominate shots, do everything that's worked for them to this point of the season.
Ellie Caulfield, someone we talked about a little bit coming into this one, only making her third start of the season so far. She's been a really consistent player in the starting 11 prior to this season for the Panthers, but the fact that you can keep her on the bench for a little longer, bring her in as a sub later in the half, really speaks to the depth of this Pitt midfield.
Yeah, and Ellie Caulfield really got to step up last year as a sophomore. Obviously, a couple key injuries in this Pitt team. Chloe Menas, Amanda West not in. But their best season in school history, led by some of focal points like Ellie Caulfield.
Here's Caulfield again, back to Zalesky in that right back position. And if you tuned in earlier this week against Bucknell, I think we're going to see a bit of a similar game today, Josh, where Pitt's going to control a lot of the possession in the game, and Duquesne's sort of trying to take on that bend, don't break style of defense where you can give up to some of those opportunities for the Panthers, but you got to get key saves when you need to, and you got to get the ball out of your own final third.
Yeah, and completely opposite to that West Virginia game is that seemed to be their strategy, is just hang on where you can. Completely different approach here, as we said, starting out with 4 forwards in this one. They'll take the shots where Pitt will get them, but they're also going to try to get a few of their own.
Here's Mertz with an opportunity. It goes off her foot, though. A little bit too strong of a touch there, and it goes out of play for the second goal kick of the night. Great crowd here on a Thursday night at Ambrose Urbanic Field. A lot of Pitt fans, also a lot of Duquesne fans who made the treacherous 15-minute journey from their school just a little bit west of here.
Yeah, through all 4 biomes of Pittsburgh weather, up the hill. They are all here, as we do have a packed house on this beautiful Thursday evening.
Yeah, something you also don't hear a lot about Pittsburgh is a beautiful day outside. I mean, both of these teams, I'm sure, probably not too used to playing in this kind of conditions. I mean, you get later in the season, you get a lot of even snow games, hail, rain, that kind of stuff. And it's a nice little break earlier on in the season to get a little bit of a sunny afternoon here in August.
Enjoy it while you can. For the players, for us up here, we've got the window open ourselves, and for the fans as well, come out and enjoy a nice, calm game. I know we've got the windows open up here in the booth.
Ablodun in the corner scored her first collegiate goal last time out against Bucknell off a set piece. Mertz into the box, a chance there in the middle for Szczepanski, trying to sort of a makeshift bicycle kick there, but couldn't get a foot on it. And Pitt will regather on the defensive side of things. Here's Szczepanski again. Good defense there from Cammie Taylor for the Dukes, and that one goes out of play for a Pitt throw-in.
Yeah, Szczepanski's been red hot to start off this season. Definitely someone Pitt's going to try to go through and get the ball to try to open this game up.
Yeah, Szczepanski, 4 goals in Pitt's 2 home games so far this season. Really solidifying herself as a star right alongside Amanda West, who controls there. No whistle on the contact. But the ball goes right back to the Pitt offense, who continues to press forward.
Yeah, and Zach, I'm a fan of the no call early on in this game. I like the fact that the refs are going to let these teams battle it out. Really give the fans the battle that they wanted to see.
Here's Moon at the top. Nice move there to get some space. Back to the middle with Szczepanski inside the 18-yard box. Going for the back post, and that one's in. Backside Amanda West, and the 2 Pitt Stars connect to make it 1-0.
Beautiful play by Amanda West to stay onside there. She waited until the perfect moment to get that back kick, and you can feel the environment in here as you see the fans are so loud the camera's shaking, but West knew exactly what to do on that ball from Szczepanski as Pitt gets the early 1-0 in this one.
Just as we were talking about earlier, I mean, you think of this Pitt program and you're familiar with Amanda West as the star, has all the records. Basically, you see her name peppered throughout the Pitt record book, but Sarah Szczepanski stepping up in her absence last year, and this is really the first time we're getting to see them on the field together, both in their primes of their careers, and we see how good that connection can be with the opening goal in this one.
Yeah, and early on in the season, only their 5th game playing together. That's the stuff you want to see by this point of the season. Ahead of ACC play, it's going to mean so much once they start hitting those conference games.
That's West's 3rd goal of the season. The assist coming from Szczepanski as well as Ashley Moon. Ashley Moon, another player who last year missed due to injury. Maybe not someone who's just talked about coming off the bench pretty frequently, but she can really be a spark plug for this team. One of the things that you always see about her when you read about this team is she can really fly, and her speed helps set up that opportunity to make it 1-0.
Yeah, Moon, and now team leading 3 assists. Pitt came into this one leading the ACC in assists. I mean, there's just not enough we could say about this Pitt offense.
Zalski, the tie-up there, regains control and pushing into the final third of the Panthers once again.
Yeah, Pitt's not going to want to sit back on this 1-0 lead. They're going to want to keep going and try to duplicate their efforts in that last game.
Ablodun with a bit of a pitching wedge into the box there. Handled, though, by Neuendorfer, no problem. And she'll play it from there.
Yeah, we're 1 field over from baseball, but that was quite the knuckleball there.
Yeah.
It is good to see Ablodun, though. That's twice now she's gone out on the run and tried to push the offensive agenda coming out of that midfield position, trying to take the ball upfield, trusting those behind her that if something went awry, that they were right there to keep things under wraps.
Ablodun, of course, a very talented player from the country of Nigeria, competed under Randy Waldrum for the national team in the World Cup, reaching the round of 16. This program really excited to have her here in her freshman season in blue and gold.
Yeah, and this will be interesting. It's quite the adjustment coming from international play to the Atlantic Coast Conference. We'll see how she settles in. It's been very exciting so far through 4 games.
Flag goes up there for offsides, and Duquesne will take a free kick very deep in their own territory. Once again, trying to get a little bit of control and pushing it a little bit further out. Something we've seen so far a little bit differently from Duquesne as we've seen from teams like Bucknell coming in here on the road. Duquesne running a group of 4 forwards today. Bucknell opting to run 5 defensemen. That didn't work as well for them, conceded 5 times. And then on this side of things, Duquesne trying to get that sort of counterattack going whenever they can. And we've seen it a little bit so far, sacrificing some of that defense for a few offensive opportunities.
Yeah, and we'll see as most of the game so far has been on their half of the field with the Pitt offense on attack. As this is first time, Pitt's really had the ball back in their own territory. But it'll be interesting to see as their defense hasn't had to work too much this year with how good their offense has been.
You see Arajo, number 11 in navy blue, pressing up there on the Pitt defenders. As Pitt will regain control and lose it once again. So you see a bit more of that high press coming from the Duquesne back line as they'll gain control on their own end.
Yeah, I mean, the name of this game, as we've said and we'll say throughout, is it's all about possession. We've seen a lot of, fumbling here and there to start this game, possession going back and forth. Who is going to win that midfield game? That's going to be the decider in this one.
3 defenders into the game for Duquesne. Lavecchia, Santiago, and Karafchik manning the back line for the Dukes.
Yeah, and with that, the 3 defenders, is both of these teams have shown so far this season, they're willing to go deep into their benches if they need to. Keep fresh legs out there. We'll see how that plays out for Duquesne going with 3 in the back.
Mentioning those 4 forwards as well. It's going to be Brown, Taylor, Matissa, as well as Orejo. And then in the midfield, Muir, Sharpless, and Campanella to round out the starting 11 for the Dukes. Here's Mertz, another chance up the right wing. They're working one-on-one with Karafchik. That one goes back post again, just wide though. Off the head of Szczepanski. So another opportunity coming off one of those crossers to the back post from the Panthers on that right side. And Szczepanski just missed making it 2-0.
Yeah, that's 2 almost acrobatic finishes we've seen Szczepanski go for. Really showing off the skill set she has. And as we said, ACC Player Honors of the Week, and she's really showing you why here. Pedal to the metal, and that's not going to stop anytime soon.
Vecchia and Karafchik on that right side in the back for Duquesne, trying to get it out of there. Back there to Vecchia. And another turnover here. Pitt trying to develop something here with Szczepanski on the right side now.
Yeah, great instincts there by Caulfield. Has got one in the box now. Pitt really forcing the agenda here, having a lot of early chances in this game, and we'd expect nothing less.
It was Amanda West in the box. Couldn't keep control of that one, though. Duquesne regains possession. Back on that left side now, it's Fuchs, the native of Austria. She gets tangled up there with Matissa.
Fuchs, a really nice start to the season. Had that header off the corner kick a couple weeks ago by Szczepanski. Beautiful set-piece play there.
Ablodun back to West. Szczepanski quarterbacking that midfield, trying to get it up to Anna Bout. Once again, West in the box. And Duquesne's been pretty strong on her so far when she's had a little bit of room to work. Nice move there from Bout to get it out of the corner. And here's Mertz again. Right foot, back post, looking for some heads. Can't find any, as that one gets punched out by Neundorfer. Ball goes into the box again, looking for Mertz here on the right side now, as that one goes back to the outside of the 18-yard box, and Duquesne's got some room to breathe now.
A lot of work for these Duquesne defenders. Only 3 back there, and they're already getting the limits tested for them early on in this one.
Nice move there to get around Karafchik from Mertz as that one goes out of play.
Yeah, some fancy footwork there. Unfortunately, didn't amount to anything. We'll see if Duquesne can get something going the other way here.
Mentioned Karafchik's name a few times here for the Dukes so far. The sophomore from Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. One of these youngsters on Duquesne. Started 13 of 14 games last season as a true freshman. And has already started all 5 games so far this season in her sophomore campaign.
Yeah, and that's something Alvine, head coach at Duquesne, had emphasized going into this year, is they were a young team last year, which means they get a lot of those players back. We'll see how far they get to grow in some of their sophomore seasons, some of their junior seasons, try to get some more momentum building off their season last year.
Pitt operating once again in the final third. It's Mertz. Going back to that back post. Hits the top of the net, though, and another goal kick coming for Neundorfer. Yeah, Al Alvine in his 12th season with the Dukes, the all-time winningest coach in school history. Won the Atlantic 10 in his 4th season with the program. Duquesne trying to reach that pinnacle once again. Dukes haven't reached the 10-win plateau since winning 11 games in 2017. Coming off a 4-10-2 season last year, with all 4 wins coming in conference play.
Yeah, and a high point of that last season was getting a little taste of postseason in the Atlantic 10, something they'll look to build upon this year, see if they can go even further.
Ablodun one-on-one with Sharpless. Back to Fuchs, goes around the horn to the left side, but West can't control that one, and the Dukes will get a throw and try to get something going on the counter here.
I've really liked how comfortable Ablodun's looked on the ball so far this season. This only being it's 5th game for Pitt, but she's only played 4 with the team. And as she settles into ACC play, especially the deeper they get into conference games, something that's going to be a real focal point for this team to look forward to.
Something you immediately notice about Ablodun, Aiden White, is she takes really quick touches. The pace that she plays with is maybe a little bit quicker than a lot of the other players out on the field, and it really comes into play when you're in that offensive zone trying to move the ball around, and you got number 8 to help you out.
Yeah, and players like that are a real lead-by-example type of player type, and if you can get the rest of your team rallied around that pace of play, that's going to make this Pitt offense already more dangerous than they already are.
Margie Brown tripped up on the counter there, and Elliott Breach will get her first touches of the afternoon. Up the right side again, Szczepanski chasing that one down with LaVecchia, but it goes out of play and another goal kick coming.
You see a lot of these Pitt attacks going towards that right corner as you have Szczepanski playing on the left side, trying to set up a cross towards that side. That's where Pitt got their first goal, as it was Amanda West on that side of the field. But that seems to be where they're trying to attack this Duquesne defense.
Briefly touched on Ellie Breach, the Pitt goaltender. A sophomore from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Only the first second-year player to start an opening game for Pitt since 2017. Highly rated recruit coming out of high school as well, the number 10 goalkeeper in the country. And she's played really well as of late. 2 consecutive clean sheets entering tonight. But as we mentioned a little bit earlier, Josh, she hasn't really been tested too much this year yet.
No, and that's something that's interesting to keep an eye on, and I thought would be very much into play with this Duquesne 4 forwards lineup. As you said, Breach 2 shutouts so far, but this defense really hasn't been tested yet.
Breach thrown into the fire last year in the postseason when she played in that Sweet 16 game against Florida State. She made 7 saves in that game, but not enough in a losing effort to a top 5 team in the country in Florida State. Back on the counter, it's the Panthers.
And that's something you expect a player like Breach to just keep in the back pocket, keep that as a motivator going forward, and something to just, how can we improve on that? How can we go deeper than we did last year? A huge focus on this season is we were great last year. This team, best season in program history. That's already in the back burner for this team. It's what can we do better this year? How can we go further?
Yeah, and you don't hear too many times about a freshman starting in the biggest game in a team's program history, but that's exactly what Breach did last year. And that's inevitably something she'll try and hold on to, like you said, Josh, and sort of take in to this ACC season and further on in her career. I mean, it's very rare to get that kind of postseason experience that early in your career, but Breach did just that. Here's Caulfield again. Ablodun back to Moon on the right side. Mertz cutting into the center here. Pass goes in for Ablodun, looking at her low. Flag goes up, though, and another offsides on the Panthers.
Ablodun a little.
Nice job on the defensive side of things by Mertz. As the whistle blows, and it's going to be a Pitt free kick.
Really nice job by Zalesky there to stop the attack on that left side. Another one of those players in their second year looking to grow. Can't say enough good about her and how she stepped up last year, earning all ACC freshman honors.
I mean, 4 goals as a freshman is one thing. When you do it as a defenseman, that's another thing. And then when 2 of them are game winners, you're pretty much in a league of your own there. Katie Zalesky, a very impressive freshman last season for the Panthers, and has continued right on into this season as well. Another corner coming here for the Panthers. Looks like it'll be Mertz to take it. Excuse me, it'll be a throw-in right in that corner as well.
Yeah, and Zalesky's someone that Waldron has a lot of trust in on that left side, already totaling 90 minutes twice this season through just 4 games.
One hopper in from Szczepanski there on Neuendorfer, handled easily. Panthers 5 shots so far on the night. 2 of them on goal. Duquesne, 0s in both categories there for them. Bout up the left side again for West. West moving with Szczepanski in the middle. West going to take it herself, just wide of the right post, though. For the Panthers, 6th shot of the afternoon and another free kick coming here.
See,
for
West
Duquesne.
a little slow to get up. You know, that's always a worry for this Pitt team coming off an ACL injury. You kind of get a little nervous anytime you see her go down, hold her knee a little bit as she'll walk this off, appears to be okay.
This will actually be a corner here for Pitt. Looks like it might have come off a deflection and wide of the net.
One thing for Pitt this year is they have been fantastic off of set pieces so far this year. Ablodun's goal coming off of a free kick. I mentioned Szczepanski had a beautiful ball to Lainey Fuchs a few weeks ago. And that's something that this Pitt team, I mean, where can you improve on last year? Set pieces, they make a difference.
Crosser coming in from Fuchs there, goes off a Duquesne defender. So Pitt will do it again from the opposite corner here. It's their third of the afternoon. So it looks like it'll be Szczepanski to take it. Good ball into the box, looking for the head of Fuchs. Can't find it, but Gordon there as well. Still jostling around there in the box, but it eventually gets cleared out. Chased down by Brown, along with Mertz as well, who wins the throw-in.
You think they read the scouting report on that play?
Yeah. Those set pieces for Pitt, as you mentioned, Josh, has been very effective. And a really good ball into the box there from Sarah Szczepanski. Almost got Pitt another opportunity. 2-on-1 in the corner. Szczepanski gets that one poked away, but Moon will take another throw-in for the Panthers.
It'll be interesting to see how Duquesne adjusts, because they made that decision to go with 3 defenders on that back side, but living dangerously this whole game is Pitt has just spent so much time in the box down there.
Ablodun tried to rip a shot there off the volley, but can't get it on. Nice play there on the back line from Duquesne once again. They have, after that first goal, been pretty strong on the defensive side of things. No real too strong opportunities for Pitt coming since that Amanda West goal. Good opportunity here, though. Mertz. Chance on the crosser, and this one, what a save there from Neuendorfer. Gets the glove up and denies Pitt a 2-0 lead.
Excellent rush there by Pitt. Zalesky up to West, and that's the offensive attack you love to see. 2 passes on 2 touches, a nice shot on goal, but an excellent save to keep this a 1-0 game.
Those are the kind of saves you're going to need from your goalkeeper if you want to pull off the upset against a team like Pitt, and they just got a great one out of Maddie Neuendorfer. Another corner coming here for Pitt. Szczepanski to take it again. Looking back post for Gordon. Goes over her head, though, and out of play.
Pitt really pushing the agenda on pace of play every time the ball goes out. Seemingly they are right on it, ready to keep these Duquesne defenders on their toes, not giving them any chance to get a rest.
Panthers once again dominating possession about halfway through this first period of play. Cleared there by Lavecchia and out of play. It seems to be setting up camp on this right side of the field as of late. Back to Gordon, the center back. And then Fuchs on the left side. Turnover there. It's Muir in the midfield for Duquesne. Trying to slow things down a little bit. One of the better chances of the game denied by Maddie Neuendorfer there. On that fantastic save. Bad turnover here, though. Mertz in the box looking for West on the volley, and that one goes in. Bar down from Amanda West, and it's 2-0 Pitt.
Absolutely fantastic pace there by Amanda West. Knew exactly what to do not to overshoot that ball. Played it perfectly off the bounce. Bar down goal into the back of the net. Pitt 2-0 here in the early stages.
Amanda West hadn't scored in 2 games prior to this, which is a very rare thing for number 9, but comes into this one and has 2 goals in the first half of play here in the City game.
Yeah, and she really never missed a beat. Coming off that injury from last season, coming back, scoring in her first game, already 2 here tonight. Can't say enough about how difficult that is to come off that injury and how well she's done.
West, her 4th of the season there. Opening things up a little bit for the Panthers here in the first half.
Hey, you see this game getting a little bit physical now as Ablodun taken down there by the Duquesne defender.
43 career goals for Amanda West. That is the most in program history, and she just continues to add onto that mark.
Right as we were praising Neundorfer for making that save to keep them in the game, it was such a costly turnover in the box. And Pitt 3-on-0, just beautiful play there to put one in the back of the net.
Shapansky from way out goes over the crossbar. Bit of an ambitious play there coming off the set piece, but when you got a left foot like Sarah Shapansky, you give it a shot every once in a while.
Yeah, you do, especially with this 2-0 lead. You just pepper shots on goal. You put shots on goal. Good things happen as Pitt now making their first subs of the game. Samiah Phiri will take over for Sarah Shapansky.
Kira Mellenhorst also on for the Panthers as Anna Bout exits. Two key contributors coming on now for the Panthers in that 5-0 win over Bucknell. Of course, Samiah Phiri had an absolutely beautiful goal outside of the 18-yard box, right in that upper 90, and Kira Mellenhorst delivering a great ball on a set piece for Ablodun on her first career goal.
Yeah, Samiah Phiri's been one of those players that's so exciting to watch. She's really settling into her own in her second year here with Pitt, as 2 goals this season, already almost surpassed her total of 3 last year. Can't say enough good about the improvement she's made in the offseason and how comfortable she's looked on the ball this season.
Yeah, Phiri, the transfer out of Oklahoma State, was a nice piece to that forward group last season, but it seems like this year she has really found her spot in that center forward position.
I mean, Phiri, West, Shapansky, that is a scary 3-headed monster for defenses all across college soccer.
And this feels sort of like the difference between this Pitt team and in years past. You really have the depth, both at the forward and the midfield positions especially, as Duquesne a potential opportunity developing here on the counter. That's Brianna Moore on the attack there, but can't handle that one on the pass into her.
Yeah, and this back line for Pitt has been really sharp in the few chances they've had to stop this Duquesne attack. And that's one of the things that, as you get into the game, you're not doing much work. You spend most of the game with the ball on the other side of the field from you. They have been so sharp every time that ball comes back.
Caulfield to Zalski. Goes right back to Caulfield. Trying to get him run from Moon there on that right side, but a nice play there from Karafchik. Picks that one off. Karafchik gains control again, trying to enter the Pitt final third. Off to the right side there. That one chipped into the box and out of play.
Look at the hustle back by Ablodun as she tailed it all the way down the field to help out her back line. As I was saying earlier, how you see her doing that on the offensive side of things. You got a 3-way player like that already this comfortable here with this Pitt team. She's going to be someone that's so exciting, such an X factor for this team.
Major changes coming here for Duquesne. Matissa and Karafchik off, as they'll get their first opportunity off a set piece of the evening. It'll be Kirstein to take it in the corner. Kirstein into the box. A chance here potentially for Duquesne, and it finds the back of the net. So on the set piece, Duquesne cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1.
Yeah, fantastic set piece there. The ball bounced around a little bit and found the right foot as they get one by Breach here to bring themselves back into it. We've got a 2-1 ball game, and as we said, Duquesne was going to take their chances when they got them. 4 on the offensive side. They make do on it there.
Talk about that group of 4 forwards. That was their real first opportunity they've gotten so far. And they get a goal off the corner kick. Not sure who poked that in for the Dukes, but they cut that lead in half. Just the second shot of the afternoon for Duke. Or, excuse me, for the Dukes.
It's Cammie Taylor, her first goal of the season, coming off the corner play there.
Cammie Taylor, the senior from Stafford, Virginia. Doing a nice job of keeping Duquesne within arm's reach in this game.
It'll be interesting with such a young Duquesne team out there this year, how seniors like Cammie Taylor are going to lead this team.
Here's Zalski trying to slow things down a little bit for the Panthers. Minas coming in for Ablodun after that goal as well. And then center midfield position for the Panthers.
Yeah, Phiri goes down, got tangled up there as Pitt awarded a free kick here. They'll get a chance to get some momentum back in their end of things.
Cammy Taylor made 8 starts last year as a junior in 16 games. Transferred from Central Michigan after a freshman season in 2019.
An assist already on the season. It's good to see her get into the goal column as well. Her 3rd point of the season.
And that's something we didn't necessarily see from Bucknell, that sort of pushback. I mean, Duquesne could have easily just gone into the shell and taken their defeat and left, honestly, after how dominant Pitt has looked all day today, but that is not what they have done. They have come back and continued to put pressure on that counterattack. And it comes up fruitful there.
I mean, they don't call it the Battle of the City for nothing. We knew it was going to be a push-pull. We were waiting for that pull, and there it is.
Sucking a bit of the air out of the building here at Ambrose Urbanic. With just under 15 minutes left to play in the half.
Yeah, this will be a very important 15 minutes to see who can get some late momentum in this half going towards the second. Pitt, of course, not going to step off the gas pedal.
Nellenhorst tripped up, and there's a whistle there. That'll be on Lavecchia on the right side.
Yeah, we saw a lot of no calls earlier in this game, a little bit of a physical matchup. Of course, that's what we expected. Pitt trying to capitalize off some of those chances now as they get another free kick deep in the Duquesne territory.
Nellenhorst picked up that assist in that big win over Bucknell off a set piece, looking just like this on the other side of the field. Her and Fuchs up to take it once again. It'll be Nellenhorst. Oh, no, it'll be Fuchs. Back post again. Looking for a head. Nice play there on the defensive side for Duquesne to force the corner.
They might have fooled you, but they did not fool Duquesne there. Pitt will get another opportunity at a corner kick here.
Looked like it was Campanella there who headed that one out of play.
Yeah, good instincts there.
Into the box again. Jostled loose. Ellie Caulfield brings it back and regathers with Moon up at the top. Moon back in looking for Zalesky, who kind of hopped up as a forward there for a second.
You mentioned Campanella, the one who saved that play there, attacked by Pitt. She's one of 3 sets of sisters on this Duquesne team, along with a set of twins in the Lessig sisters.
Must be a thing with Pittsburgh teams. I mean, you talk about the Steelers with the Watts and the Haywards and Duquesne now. You have 3 sets of sisters as well.
Yeah, and don't forget about the Evers on the Pitt side of things. See Duquesne a little bit fired up here. They wanted the call to go in their way. We've seen a lot of these tangle-ups here going for the ball. This one going in favor of Pitt.
Caulfield and West up top to handle things here. And as we talked about at the top of the show, Duquesne resorting to more of that physical play on the defensive side.
Yeah, Duquesne coming into this one with double the amount of fouls that Pitt had in this one. Not saying that's not a disciplinary thing. It's more of an aggressive, it's more of a scrappy thing. That's the style of play Duquesne's going to play with here.
Caulfield right into the wall on that free kick. Duquesne trying to bargain here for a throw-in. And they'll get it with Kirstein.
Yeah, you hear some grumbles coming out of the Pitt side of things, but really nothing to complain about too much as a Pitt fan. I mean, fouls so far have gone 5-0 in favor of the Panthers.
Mackenzie Lear to take the throw-in, the junior from Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania.
Another local product.
It's always a good game to have on the schedule. You talk about all the local products in this game as families coming to get a chance to see them. You don't always get that with the demanding schedule of college soccer, especially for Pitt playing in the ACC. Everybody's so spread out. On the Duquesne side of things, not too much of a drive for them either. Here's Zalski. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half of play. 11-2 on the shot clock in favor of the Panthers, but only a 2-1 lead on the scoreboard.
Pitt slowing the pace down a little bit here, trying to get a controlled attack right before the end of half here.
Here's Zalski. Up that right side looking for Phiri. Nice move there from Phiri. Keeps it in play for the moment being, but then can't hang on to that one as that one goes past the line. And another throw in here for Leader.
Yeah, and that was one of those plays where Pitt testing the athleticism of Phiri, send the ball up as she's able to beat Lavecchia on that right side. Unfortunately, it didn't amount to anything. But a play like that just really shows the skill set that Phiri's come into this season showing.
Leader wearing the captain's armband for the Dukes. Back off to the right with Zalski, who has been in control of the ball quite a bit so far in this first half of play. Up the middle, Mertz with a run potentially. But another nice play defensively there from Lavecchia to keep that one out of harm's way.
Zach, the last time these two teams met, it was Pitt getting the advantage 3-0. Landy Mertz, 2 of those goals in that game.
Landy Mertz, stop me if you've heard this before, another local product. In her 5th year with the Panthers. Played 1,700 minutes last season. The transfer from Dayton. Who's really helped elevate this Pitt program in her time here.
Yeah, one of those focal points last year, as we've said, their most successful season in program history. A lot of injuries, Amanda West, Chloe Menas. It was players like Mertz that really stepped up, took hold of the torch, and brought this team to where they were and where they're going to be this season.
Mackenzie Evers into the game now for the Panthers. That one off of her. We've seen a few of these Duquesne throw-ins. It's just been, the trouble for them has been keeping possession for an extended period of time.
Yeah, and that's something this Panthers team is so good at. The midfield, always on the ball, really forcing the agenda, forcing a lot of turnovers, as Pitt just all season has shown they can dominate possessions and wear other teams down. That's going to be how they win a lot of games this season.
3 up for Duquesne, but can't handle it there on the right side.
Yeah, a lot of unforced errors so far for this Duquesne team, some more costly than others.
It'll be Mertz coming out for the Panthers. Looks like Dyzik in.
That's something we've seen more from Pitt a lot this year compared to last, is the ability and the willingness to go deep into that bench.
We saw against Bucknell, a few of the really young players getting opportunities to come in and play significant minutes in that one as Phiri. A chance here, Dyzik newly into the game on the right side, puts that ball into the box, and a really nice play there to keep that one out of harm's way by Steiner.
Yeah, it took a little bit of a shove down to the turf after the ball in. A nice little welcome to the game here late in this first period.
Here's Evers. That one turned over, though. Sun's starting to set a little bit here in Pittsburgh. The shadows getting a bit longer and then beginning to disappear as the sun becomes less and less of a factor. Evers to take the throw-in for the Panthers, getting it into Phiri there. And going back to Zalski. Ever since that Duquesne goal, Josh, it seems like we've seen the Panthers with a little bit less urgency from the offensive side of things. Maybe just trying to control the pace of play a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. And I think the other thing is with this 3-man back line for Duquesne, just trying to keep them as on the run as much as possible, try to wear them down, get a few extra steps in before the half expires. They seem very comfortably in the driver's seat, willing to play with a 1-goal lead.
Whistle there goes on Ashton Gordon. Looks like a bang-bang play there in the middle of the field, but it goes the way of the Dukes as they regain possession. Nice play again from Zalski to poke that away from Kirstein. Back to Minas in the midfield as we get into the smaller numbers here in the first half, just over 5 to play. Dysek up the wing, looking for a run from Mellenhorst as she is given a bit of a shoulder there on the defensive side by Lavecchia, but no call there as play continues.
Yeah, Lavecchia seemed to beat her to that ball there. Just a bigger body won out there on that collision. Another one of those ones that I prefer a no call from the refs there. I know these Pitt fans don't agree, as you may have heard.
Campanella to Eustace there on the right side. That one goes out of play near Devin Lillis. Also newly into the game for the Dukes. Lillis, the sophomore from New York. Back into Phiri. She's pushed down there again as the whistle does blow. And Pitt will get a free kick here with under 5 to play.
Yeah, Phiri's hit the deck a couple times tonight. We see the physicality in this game starting to grow.
Not much pressure there on Zalski. She'll take it herself up the right. Ball goes in there for Mellenhorst. Good pass into the box there for Evers, but that one goes wide on the shot attempt on the short angle.
Really nice job by Evers to stay onside there, as sometimes with those balls you really want to try and get that extra step. It's tempting to take that extra step and get behind the line there, but a very, very good play, very good awareness to stay behind.
Evers not getting a ton of room there on that opportunity, but trying to make the most out of it there. Delivered a pretty good shot, but just couldn't find the net. Phiri, nice touch there. She's into the box, but once again, Lavecchia able to clear. Potentially a counter coming here for Duquesne. Had more in the middle as she continues to chase, but Breach gains control in her box.
That last rush for Pitt didn't work out, but I was a huge fan of that pass by Ellie Caulfield into Phiri. Had a couple of options, under pressure, took her time, made a nice fake pass out to the side before going down the middle to Phiri. Something that you really just can tell she's matured on from last year. She just gets more and more comfortable on the ball on the offensive side.
Pitt in no rush once again here with under 3 to play.
Yeah, it seems like they'll be content to go into half here up 2-1 with the upper hand. They're really just trying to win the possession game here, as they've done, not only this game, but all season.
And Josh, what's your outlook going into the half here? Assuming this stands going into the half, you're Pitt, you're dominating on the shot clock, you're controlling possession, but you still only find yourself up by 1 goal.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where you're going to leave the adjustments to Duquesne. You're doing everything right. We'll get a card here right before the half. That'll certainly get Pitt fired up. And it's plays like that. It's winning the little things. It's winning those fouls. Bringing Duquesne out of their comfort zone into making mistakes like that one.
Looks like it'll be Kierstein on the yellow there. Excuse me, Lavecchia. Ava Lavecchia will get the yellow.
Yeah, Lavecchia got away with that last body. Not this one, as she gets the first yellow of this game. We'll see if Duquesne tones down the aggressiveness a little bit, as the fouls have now totaled 6-1.
And that's sort of been their modus operandi defensively, sort of that physical play. It'll come back to bite you sometimes on plays like that. Fuchs into the box. Good ball there on goal. I'll tell you what, that's a really good ball from that far away, and the Panthers get a chance with Ellie Caulfield, but a save there made by Neundorfer.
Yeah, Neundorfer, a good read, knew exactly where to be. Unfortunately, Pitt just couldn't get enough of that one to send it into the back of the net. It would have been a nice little poke in to go up 3-1 before half. Still 2 minutes to try to get something going.
Turnover here from Mellenhorst. Duke's going the other way on the counter.
No one home.
Minas finally controls there in the midfield, but taken away for a second there, at least by Moore. But back to the Panthers' back line with Zalski and Gordon.
See if Pitt can get a chance for one final rush here as we're under 2 minutes now. They control the ball in the midfield.
That one going off of Eustace and out of play, so the Panthers get another throw-in with 1:21 and 1:20 left in this first half. Minas. Zalski. Back to Fuchs.
Zach, I'm interested to see coming out of the second half if Duquesne goes back to their four-woman defense. As you know, we've been saying all game that they've made the decision to go with 4 in the front, 3 in the back. I'm interested to see if they shake that up a little bit to try to counter this Pitt attack.
Another one of the youngsters into the game, Lucia Wells for the Panthers. Coming in late here in this first half. We saw her potentially get something going there on the left wing position, but couldn't keep control long enough in the offensive zone to really develop too much as the Panthers hold with 30 seconds left in this first half. Fuchs to Wells. That one intercepted back to Fuchs. Hard contact there from Wells. She regains control off to Phiri on the left side with 15 left.
Good move there by Phiri to get to the outside as she controls it into the box. Will win a corner.
Out of play with 7 seconds left, but not enough time for the Panthers to really do anything. Trying a quick corner here. Ball goes into the box. Maybe a chance, but it goes free there, and that'll be the half. So a 2-1 lead for the Panthers going into the locker room. Shots again the second half of play from Ambrose Urbanic Field.
Yeah, and her team did a really nice job to pick her up. They got a goal right afterwards, but that is a mistake that cannot happen against this Pitt team. They are too good, and they will make you pay for your mistakes.
Pitt starts with possession here in the second half. Good touch there from Zelski to keep possession in the middle for Ablodun. Nellenhorst now up to Phiri. Ablodun again sneaking that one through for Phiri, who's trying to get some space there, moving to her right.
Ablodun seemingly made all the right moves tonight. It seems like every time she's on the ball, she knows exactly what she's doing with it, even if it's making a play that to the normal eye we wouldn't even see was there. She's got it. She seems so locked in right now.
Throw-in coming here for Pitt on the far side of the field. It's Mertz in the corner. Jostling for possession there. Really nice move to get around, and Phiri rips that one out of play off a Duquesne defender for the 6th corner kick of the afternoon for the Panthers.
Yeah, Pitt's not going to break their game at all. As I said, any adjustment you're going to let Duquesne make and try to beat you, you're going to stick to your game and do what you do best. Keep that ball on the Duquesne side of the field as long as you can and just keep pounding shots on them and keeping pressure on those defenders.
See both teams stacking the box here. Corner comes in. Short post. Neuendorfer comes out and grabs that one right on that end line there. A nice play by her to wipe out that Pitt opportunity. I said afternoon before, but we're getting into the sort of night phase of this game. The lights are fully on here as we are playing here on this Thursday night in Pittsburgh. Still beautiful weather here. Crowds sticking around for a second half.
Yeah, can we brand Thursday night lights, Zach?
Before Thursday Night Football comes back, we have this. The last week, I guess, before Thursday Night Football comes back. But really nice way to spend your evening here at a beautiful Ambrose Urbanic Field. Really did a nice job with this facility and the building of it. Just a really fan-friendly experience coming here. And both the men's and women's teams here at Pitt have really built up their name from a national standpoint in recent years. You got the women's team last year, of course, making the NCAA tournament for the first time. Here's Phiri getting into the box. An opportunity here potentially, but a nice play there on the back end from Duquesne again. Looked like Campanella on that one steered it away, but another corner coming here for Pitt, their 7th of the night.
Great aggressive play there by Phiri, as we've seen all throughout this season, as she is all gas, no brakes, taking on 3 defenders there, trying to create for her team. Pitt, another corner here to start this half. 7th of the game to Duquesne's 1.
Near post, free in the box for a minute. Looked like Fuchs might have a look at it, but that went off a Pitt player last, and we'll see Neuendorfer take another goal kick here.
Yeah, Fuchs wanted it to stay and get another corner. I thought I agreed with her. Of course, she's got the only eye to see if that ball may have deflected, but ref says otherwise, and Duquesne will get it going their way.
More pressure alleviated from this Duquesne back line, who has played very well today for the most part.
Yeah, and as you said, it's a bit of a bend, don't break mentality for those defenders. They were used to it last game, and they're doing it again here as Pitt has peppered them with shots, but they stand strong, and they've been playing tough to this point.
You mentioned that last game, that 1-0 loss to West Virginia. They conceded in the third minute of the game, but then go 87 minutes and don't concede a goal to a Power 5 team. So they have the capabilities to do it. Obviously, Pitt a bit different from a forward standpoint than West Virginia at this point, but at the same time, they are standing strong on that back line.
Yeah, that goes to show how important a first goal, especially an early goal, is that's more time you're playing on top, and that's what Pitt's done in this one as well, scoring in the first 10 minutes, and then West adding a second one. Is they've played with a lead the majority of this game.
You see Duquesne coming out once again with the high press. The forwards really making the back line of Pitt move the ball around quickly, forcing some pressure there.
Yeah, and this Pitt defense has been so sharp. I mean, it seems like as soon as Duquesne starts a rush, they are right on it to thwart it. Even have forwards like Shapansky right now just dropping back to make defensive plays. And when you have that kind of chemistry, that's such a dangerous team to play against that can dominate all three levels of the pitch.
That lone goal from Cammie Taylor coming off that set piece on the corner kick. But as you said, no real sustained opportunities here for the Dukes so far tonight at Ambrose Urbanic.
Yeah, I mean, and the one goal they had, it came off of a corner kick. As much as I want to give them credit for pushing an offense there, it was still not a rush that they capitalized off of.
There's a Pitt turnover in the midfield and sort of able to get some possession on the counter. Missed on one shot, but then capitalized on the corner kick opportunity to cut that lead in half. And they've come out with a bit of momentum here in the second half, it seems, controlling the possession a little bit more than they did certainly at the start of that first half, but sort of continuing on that mantra they set for themselves after that goal from Cammie Taylor.
Yeah, and that had to be Alvine's emphasis at halftime for his Duquesne squad was, we got to start pushing back. We started to a little bit towards the end of the first, but if you let Pitt just sit on the ball for these next 45 minutes, then you're not going to have a chance to get back into this game.
Up the right side, Mertz trying to win the race to the ball. She does and is able to force the corner kick there.
Yeah, another opportunity for Pitt here off of a set piece. We mentioned how good they've been this season at capitalizing on them.
Going one-on-one with Arajo there down the right wing. Nice play there by Mertz to force the corner there, the 8th of the night for the Panthers.
Yeah, Shapansky will get a chance here off her dominant foot as she'll send one into the box.
Gordon, the header, really nice attempt there from the defender from the Panthers, but Neuendorfer able to get the paw up for her 5th save of the night.
Yeah, defender down on the box. You didn't get too many chances down there, but when you do, your eyes light up. And Gordon seemingly knew what to do with it there, but Duquesne goalkeeper was right there to deny it.
So Pitt will flip the play now, get a corner on the close end of the field. Right along the stands here. Into the box, Gordon once again, tripped up there. No whistle, Duquesne gathers up the left side. Minas with the intercept. Off to Ablodun. Ablodun making a move in the midfield. Nice job to split two defenders there. But then clears it back out to Moon on the right. One-touch pass from Ablodun. Out of bounds. Panthers another throw-in on the right side. Mellenhorst jostling there. And Pitt continuing to set up shop there on that far sideline.
Yeah, you saw them a lot in the first half, favored down on that right corner, doing the exact same thing here, setting up another chance for Phiri.
Good pass there to Phiri, back heel there. That one goes off another defender, and once again, Pitt will get another corner here, their 10th of the night.
Yeah, she seemed to hesitate a little bit there, took an extra step, allowing the Duquesne defenders to regroup and ultimately get in the way of that shot. As Pitt, another corner here. See if they do anything differently.
Shapansky again with the left foot into the box. Minas almost got the head on that one, but that one out wide. Mertz regathers, and off a defender there was Cammie Taylor. Looked like she took the brunt of that one, and stop me if you heard this before, Pitt's got a corner.
Yeah, Minas down there, unfortunately not a big enough body to head that one home, but right idea, as she's no stranger to being physical down there in the box.
Chloe Minas feels like she's been a part of this team for quite some time, but still no career goals for her so far. Coming off that injury last season. Named one of 4 captains on the team this year. Back post once again. Ablodun, possession there, and that one goes in. Ablodun, her second goal in blue and gold, and Pitt's got a 3-1 lead.
You put shots on net, good things happen there. Kind of had her back to the goal as she goes opposite post. That just shows how comfortable she is becoming with the ball on her foot. You give it to her, good things happen.
Duquesne stacking the box on the corner kick, but Ablodun finds the soft spot in the defense and gives Pitt a 2-goal lead here in the 54th minute.
Love the celebration, too. You could tell she is having fun out there. That is what you love to see.
Ablodun's second goal of the season, the second goal of her Pitt career.
Yeah, 2 starts, 2 goals, only uphill from here.
I'll tell you what, we mentioned her World Cup run earlier. She has played a lot of soccer as of late, but she does not really look fatigued at all. Just a commanding presence out there in the midfield for the Panthers, and she capitalizes to give Pitt some breathing room here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't expect anything less than from Pitt to just come out here, guns a-blazing, looking to grow in that 2-1 lead, and that's exactly what they've done. 3-1 now, and they are still trying to force the agenda on the offensive end.
Nice move, Mellenhorst up to Phiri here, but a good defensive play. Campanella stepping up and clearing that opportunity.
That was such an impressive shot by Ablodun there. Completely back to the goal. Turns, fires, opposite post, right in the bottom corner. That's such a composed shot there.
Yeah, big goal, too. I mean, it looked like Duquesne was gaining a little bit of confidence coming out of the gates in the second half, but Pitt grabbing a stranglehold of this game once again, and that 2-goal lead looks a lot more comfortable now.
Yeah, and part of Neuendorfer's ability to keep Duquesne in close games is her anticipation of knowing exactly where to be, and on a shot like that, I mean, she just beat her. Plain and simple.
Yeah, tough play, too, for her because she had a bunch of defenders in front of her as well, maybe setting a screen a little bit in front of the net, but nevertheless, Neuendorfer gets beat for the 3rd time today. Duquesne with Sharpless. Another turnover.
Some contact there, but another no call as Pitt's got another chance here.
Phiri, a shot, bore down! 4-1 Panthers. Phiri with another spectacular goal.
Wasting no time getting back on the board. Phiri, her 3rd goal of the season, already tying her last year's goal total, as she has been fantastic all season for this Pitt team.
Phiri on the highlight reel once again. Had that spectacular goal from a similar spot against Bucknell from way downtown, and converts once again here to give the Panthers a 4-1 lead.
Takes a nod to Amanda West's bar down goal earlier, a little bit of, hey, I can do this too.
Whew. Pretty much unstoppable from that part of the field.
Yeah, such a powerful kick there. Neuendorfer really just had no chance.
The Panthers goal scored by Samiah Phiri. Assisted by
Yet another goal from Samiah Phiri, her 3rd of the season. She continues to impress for the Panthers in this young season so far. Pitt not slowing down. Mertz up the right side. Nice move cutting in. Mertz with the left foot. Into the box, but cleared away. Minas up top, giving to Fuchs. Gordon to Ablodun, goes back to her. Mertz again. Ball in, one hopper to Neundorfer, gathered easily. Pitt's 19th shot on goal of the night. Excuse me, 9th shot on goal, 19th shot in total. But once again, Josh, we talked about at the top of the show that advantage on the shot clock that Pitt has had over their opponents all season, and that trend has very much continued into this City game today.
Yeah, it has, Zach. They're just sticking to their brand of soccer this year. They're so dominant on the offensive end of things, and they are just going to keep on doing that all season long.
Maybe a chance here for Duquesne. Really nice save there from Breach. A great shot from way out. Looked like Muir on that one. But a nice save from Breach, as she has not been put into action a ton tonight, but was forced to make the save there, her first of the evening.
Yeah, a head nod to the athleticism there by Breach, diving to her right, able to get a hand on that.
Talked about Muir a little bit earlier on that Atlantic 10 all-rookie team. Corner goes in. Breach coming out to pressure that one. Back out to Muir.
Yeah, that's exactly how you play that as a keeper. You got to be first to that ball, as she was there, thwarting another opportunity for Duquesne on a corner.
Yeah, got to give your props to Muir, too, as well there. A sophomore from Avon, Ohio. Sort of that offensive-minded midfielder who's added a lot to this Duquesne attack all season long. Was second on the team last year with 4 goals in her freshman campaign. Mertz goes down there and will draw the whistle. Another free kick coming here for the Panthers with just over a half hour left.
Moon made a spectacular play on that backside there to intercept that pass. She really had a hustle for it. Might have been a little bit out of position, but recovered nicely. Maybe even deked the Dukes into making that pass.
Phiri a chance again, working her way into the box, trying to center it there, but nobody home to take that pass back out to Mertz. Still an opportunity here potentially with Mellenhorst up top. Minas. Looking for a whistle there, but doesn't get it. Physical play between her and Muir in the middle continues.
Yeah, Minas is someone who will never back down. She's not afraid to get physical. Someone you mentioned earlier, no goals through a long Pitt career. Kind of reminds me of Jackson Walty, that type of midfielder that makes such a huge impact on the game that does not show up in the stat sheet. But you can't overspeak how big of a role that kind of player is, how big of a player Chloe Minas is for this team, and how important it is for this team to have her back this season.
Yeah, Jackson Walty. There's a lot of parallels there from the Pitt men's team last year, recently drafted to play in the MLS. Sort of that ball-moving midfielder who really generates a lot of opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, a chance here potentially coming with Mellenhorst for the Panthers inside the box. Phiri can't get around the defender there. Nice play by the Duquesne back line once again. That looked like Emma Hospodka. Ball goes into the box. A little bit too far there for Szczepanski, and Neundorfer regathers.
If you're Duquesne here, you really got to find a way to crack past this midfield of Pitt. It seems like every time the ball's gone into the midfield, Pitt's won back possession. And you really just, you can't score if you don't have the ball in the Pitt end of things.
Matissa there with Fuchs on the outside. Duquesne wins the throw-in.
Yeah, frustrations may be mounting a little bit. You see a few shoves after the whistle here and there. Anything Duquesne can try to do to get back into this game, they are going to try to do.
Really nice shot of the city there.
Yeah, ignore that aggressive sentiment. that I was talking about as we see a beautiful shot of Pittsburgh here.
Ablodun stretch pass to the outside with Mertz. Phiri working her way in once again, winning the foot race to the ball. That one just goes over the post.
Great touch there by Phiri, almost sneaking one in the top right corner. That's really the only window you have for a tough angle like that, but if there's someone that's going to make that shot, it is Samiah Phiri.
Really a never a dull moment when 23 and White's got the ball on her foot. I mean, there's been a few times where you see her with possession on the outside of the box and it looks like a normal possession, then she'll rip a shot from way out and find the back of the net more often than not, it seems like, at this point in the season.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this no fear Phiri.
You should coin that. Into the middle, Ablodun with an opportunity, goes high of the net here, though. Looking for her second goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, she knows it, too. She'll hang her head there. That's really the first bad ball we've seen off her foot all game, is every time she's had the ball, knows exactly what to do with it. Been really impressive here in this one.
Very decisive with her decision-making, the veteran of the Nigerian national team. Here's Ellie Breach. Some pressure put on here from Moore, but Pitt able to get out safely from their own box.
And it's something not a lot of players are challenged with, having to adjust from the international game to the collegiate game. And Deborah Ablodun's been so professional in that regard, this only being her 4th game with this club. And she's just grown every single game, and I expect that to just happen every time out on the pitch this season, just getting better and better.
Phiri again in the corner, working some space. As the crosser there doesn't find any white jerseys and will go out of play.
Yeah, no one home on that backside, but not a bad look. There's, reversing field there's the best way you're going to beat a goalie.
Phiri looking for some open space there to no avail as Duquesne gets another throw in on the close side of the field. Press there comes from Szczepanski and the Panthers.
Szczepanski's been so good on the forecheck, not only this game, but all season. If you ever get an opportunity to steal a turnover that deep in your opponent's territory, oftentimes when you do, leads to a lot of good scoring opportunities.
And we saw it earlier on that second West goal. That sort of high press from the Panthers paying off to make it 2-0 at that point in the game. It's been a lot of action since, though. 21 shots for the Panthers, 3 for the Dukes. 4-1 score. Turnover here. Ablodun potentially an opportunity here with Phiri. Phiri slows things down a little bit, waiting for the trailer Mellenhorst. Back to Ablodun. Rips it from the top of the box. Post and in. Ablodun's got her second of the night.
Pitt denting every piece of bar on the goals, it seems, today, as that is their 3rd one in off of a bounce. But you saw the break there. An excellent, excellent decision by Phiri to let her teammates catch up to her, really get the numbers on the attack there, and put one home off of another Duquesne turnover. 5-1 here at Ambrose.
We talked about the first couple games, Ablodun's impact not necessarily showing up on the score sheet initially, sort of just conducting that Pitt offense, and it looked like it was running a lot more efficiently with her in the lineup. She's shown up in the box score now. That's 2 goals here today. Had that 1 goal against Bucknell as well. That makes it 3 for her on the season as she checks out and continues her extremely impressive night here in front of her Pitt fans.
3 goals in 2 games. Expect this dominance from her all season long as she just gets more and more accustomed to this collegiate soccer style of play. She'll get a break here now. You see Amanda West back on here for Pitt. Already 2 goals in this game.
Evers coming on for Fuchs as well. Some line changes here for the Panthers as we reach the 65th minute of play. In between the legs of Caulfield, potentially a chance here for the Dukes developing. On that left side, Rodriguez in as well. Nice save there from Breach on the outside. Kolniszewski there on the opportunity for the Dukes.
Yeah, Breach knew exactly where to be, makes the fundamental play to just knock it out and let your teammates take care of it as they did there. Not a lot of opportunities for Pitt to defend in this game, but the chances they've had to, they've been fantastic.
Morgan Kolniszewski, the sophomore from East Aurora, New York. Strong shot on goal there, and Breach turns it away for her second save of the night. Duke's third shot, the Duke's third shot on goal. Kolniszewski again, top of the box, really close there, trying to go upper 90 on the far side of the post, but to no avail.
Yeah, beat Breach there, but Breach knew exactly where to be to take away that angle. Forces a really tough shot there that just goes wide.
Boy, she's been a bit of a spark plug coming in off the bench. Her second shot in about a minute, it seems like.
Yeah, that's what you've got to do if you're Duquesne. You're down 4, but they're not going to give up. I mean, there's still plenty at stake here as you're so early into your season. There's still so much you can work on and make these last 23 minutes valuable.
Bout back into the game for Pitt. Nice touch there to keep possession. But a turnover here goes the way of the Dukes. It was Anna Bundy there taking that one away, but chipping it back there to Breach, who resets things for the Panthers.
Yeah, that almost looked like a hockey dump there. Nobody home. You just send one deep into your own territory and hope for the best.
Bout back to Gordon. Left side, Evers.
Yeah, this is where you're going to see Pitt start to really take control of this midfield game, play on the ball, just let that clock eat away. Hold on to as much possession as you can and hold on to this 4-goal lead.
Back up the right side. Mertz, hard contact there. Looks like she got a cleat up high. She is slow to get up as the ball goes out towards Lee on that left side of the defense for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's
still down as Mertz.
Unfortunately, something you got to call. I mean, you can't have players be taking cleats to the head like that, especially late in the game as frustrations mount. And we'll see if the officials want to take a look at this to see if there is any malicious intent behind that.
It looked like she got tripped up a little bit. It didn't look like it was malicious in that aspect, at least. It looked like it was just kind of an unfortunate angle of the fall there for Mertz. She's still down there on the field.
Yeah, no motion from the refs yet to make their way over. But you never want to see something like this. Don't want to see a player go down as you see the teammates giving her space here.
Still being attended to by the trainer there on the far side of the field. Duquesne making some substitutions in the meantime. Matissa comes out while Mertz gets her way to her feet and is able to gingerly walk off. Good to see her get up after that one. That looked like a scary collision there. Kind of an awkward fall to the turf there. Kind of looked like she might have caught a cleat up in that shoulder head area. But she's able to walk off.
Yeah, and as you said, didn't appear to be malicious at all, but two players making an athletic move for the ball. Push comes to shove, and unfortunately, people get hurt in a contact sport.
Here's Bout as play resumes to West in the corner. West goes one-on-one, trying to work her way into the box, but a really nice play there by Devin Lillis. Zalski off to Lee. Olivia Lee, another one of the newcomers for the Panthers who's seen significant playing time in her freshman campaign. From Scarsdale, New York. Just over 20 minutes to play here in Pittsburgh. Zach, give me Josh Feldman here from Ambrose Urbanic Field. Bit of a changing of the tides we've seen. Coming into the second half, Duquesne looked like they had a little bit of momentum, but 3 Pitt second half goals has firmly given them the lead here in the tail stretch of this game.
Yeah, Pitt, towards the end of the first half, seemed to kind of slow it down, compose themselves. But if you thought they were going to come out in the second half playing like that, I mean, there's just no shot they weren't going to come in with pedal to the metal mentality, trying to add more goals to this game.
And looking forward for the Panthers, it's got to be promising to see how dominant this group of forwards has been for them so far. Going into ACC play, you're playing some of the best teams in the country on a weekly basis, and you're going to need that attack to come through when it matters in conference play, and it looks like they're on track to do just that in this early non-conference play part of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the game is to put balls in the back of the net, and if you can do that consistently, then that's going to be your ticket to not only a season that you had last year, but as we said, how do you improve on that? And this Pitt offense is going to be a huge piece in that building.
More on the outlook for the Panthers here in a second after this corner kick. The 13th of the afternoon for Pitt. Far post again, looking for the head of Caulfield. That one jammed out wide by the Duquesne defense. Spotka on the far side able to jostle that one back to midfield. One-touch pass up the wing. Spotka into the box. Right side looking for Eustace. Eustace holds one-on-one with Zalesky. That one off of Zalesky and out of play, so Duquesne will get another corner out of that.
Yeah, really good chance there for Duquesne. Unfortunately, just out of reach there.
So third corner of the night for the Dukes. Wow. When you get an ACC team in the conference as well, we do a lot of Duke games here, and it gets a little confusing with the Dukes and Duke, but the Dukes get their third corner of the night. They're 1 for 2 so far. That first goal with Cammie Taylor coming off of a corner kick.
Fear for any announcer that has to call a Duquesne-Duke game.
Tried doing Virginia and Virginia Tech on back-to-back weekends. Anyway, Caulfield in the defensive side as well. Pokes that one out of play. Eustace continuing to work hard for possession on that right wing. Both 32s go to battle there, Moore and Gordon. As Breach will get a free kick here. Pitt once again in no rush here with under 20 to go in the second half.
It'll be interesting to see the subs Randy Waldrum makes in these last few minutes of this game. Try to get some younger faces in the game, see how your lineups work with that. I mean, that's really what the beginning of this season is all about, is just figuring out your personnel. And for Pitt, when you have so much depth, this is the time where you get to take advantage of trying to find the right pieces.
Duquesne, a little bit of momentum here on the offensive side of things. They've had the ball in their final third for a few minutes now. Probably their most sustained opportunity so far tonight, at least coming consecutively. Give them credit, though. They're still fighting hard. I mean, you see Moore on this press. She's been out there all night running that ball down. Breach having to move the ball quick, but able to do so and steer clear of trouble as Lee gets the throw in. Here's Bundy. Scramble for it on the far side of the field again. As Duquesne kicks that one out. Looked like that went off the foot of Spotka. Here's Bout. Pitt trying to get something going. Transitioning back to their final third, but nothing there. That one goes out of play near the scorer's table, and Duquesne gets another throw-in. Goes right to Zalesky, though. She regathers. Pushing back for Lee.
Duquesne's really making their presence felt on this check here. They're forcing a lot of turnovers, but it just seems like too little too late, as You would have liked to see them do this, maybe down 2-1, 3-1, start to try to force the agenda, but with an offense that could put up 3 goals in a matter of minutes like Pitt, you really just don't get the chance to when you're down 5-1.
Phiri goes down there looking for the call against Steiner. Doesn't get it. Not much contact there to draw it. But Pitt still holds with Evers and Gordon. Lee looking for Evers. Finds her and then holds to West on the line, but she can't keep it. 13 shots in the first half for the Panthers, 9 in the second half. In other news, Pitt plays West Virginia in 2 weeks down in Morgantown in football. Evers holds, substitutions coming in for the Panthers. Evie, Craven, and Dyzik on. Phiri and Mellenhorst off.
Yes, Phiri goes off now. What a game it was for her. Another dominant performance for her in the early stages of this series. And as I've said all game, I'm really liking this no-fear Phiri we've seen so far. 3 goals to this point of the season, already matching her total from last year.
And you see this chemistry between the Pitt forwards and the midfielders continue to grow in this young part of the season. You got to be real happy if you're a Panther fan for things to come. This is a team that can really compete in the ACC, potentially getting even better after last season. Obviously, Amanda West out for that entire campaign. You still make a run to the Sweet 16, and then you get one of the best players in all the country coming back. So you got to think that adds to the equation as well on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. You always wonder how that's going to toy with the chemistry a little bit when you have someone who's as talented on the ball as Amanda West. But she's been such a team player, I think, willing to work with the midfield on this team, the rest of the forwards, as they continue to build this chemistry. They really do look out for each other on the offensive end, not afraid to make plays for one another.
Evers watches this one go out. Mentioned Evie Craven coming on earlier, the native of England, spent some time in the development program of Manchester City while she was there. So you got another one of these international players coming in for Randy Waldrom's squad, where you say, okay, a bit of an unknown commodity, but a high ceiling there and could make a big impact a few years down the road. Zalesky and Gordon out. Fuchs comes back in.
Yeah, and any experience is good experience in this sport. If you can get some of that international play, you're seeing completely different styles of soccer that you can bring and try to change the game a bit in this collegiate soccer circuit, especially when you get a team with Duquesne, who's a much more localized, homegrown team, whereas Pitt, you have a couple international pieces that have been fantastic for them.
Here's West, an opportunity. Top of the box, leaving for Craven. Craven's shot goes wide of the net.
Of course, the Women's World Cup just happening. Deborah Ablodun playing in that really kind of excites these conversations we have about international play.
And you look at the soccer recruiting circuit as Pitt makes a change in net. Breach will come off. As it looks like Emma Van Meter comes on for the Panthers. Excuse me, it'll be Emily Edwards, the freshman from Holly Springs, North Carolina. Here's Bout, working her way into the slot. Nice move there to get around a defender.
Home crowd
for some open space.
Huge fan of that pass by Mackenzie Evers going around her back.
Far side, that one gobbled up by Savannah Kepi, now in goal for Duquesne.
Yeah, both teams not wasting these last few minutes of this game, getting an opportunity, get a few new looks at people, giving your everyday starters some breaks as we go deeper into this season.
Here's West, working her way back in. West making the bid for the hat trick. That one just poked over the net. Great save there from Kepi, coming in off the bench and making a save on one of Pitt's finest.
That's got to be hard coming in trying to stop a shot off of Amanda West, especially one where she gets her dominant foot on the ball like that. But did you see the footwork she made, faking outside, crossing back inside? So fluent with her movement.
Another corner for the Panthers, 14th of the night. Middle of the box, West the head on it. Another save there made by Kepi to keep that one out.
Yeah, another attempt at that hat trick. A lot of hats in the crowd, man. I want to see some flying.
So a couple of saves for Kepi in just under 10 minutes of play. Evers,
a couple fantastic touches late in this game, finding teammates, opening up avenues for Pitt to get more shots on goal.
A lot of young Panthers in now. You see Dyzik and Wells as well on the far side of that field. Saw Lucia Wells for a significant portion of that Bucknell game, really doing a nice job on that right wing. Really a spark plug for the Panthers in her time in the game, developing a few opportunities, picking up an assist as well.
To that point, Zach, it's really good for team morale, too, when you can get a lot of faces, especially young ones, into these early games. Give them the confidence that they can play alongside the Amanda Wests out there on your team. You know, those quality players that are going to play a lot more as the season progresses, but you get a lot of good experience for these young Panthers late in these games, especially one where you're already winning.
Edwards controlling there in net for the Panthers, gets fouled and draws the whistle for the free kick. Olivia DeRay also in for the Panthers. She controls now, chipping that one up towards the middle. Really nice pass there for Bout, a potential opportunity, but a nice play by Mackey to break that up. Under 10 minutes to go here now. 5-1 lead for the Panthers. 3 of those goals coming in the second half. 26 shots in total for Pitt. They continue to run up the shot clock in really every single game they've played so far this season. Foul there goes on Fuchs. Her and Bundy tying up there.
Yeah, the threes went head-to-head there, got a little bit tangled up, and as Fuchs missed the ball, dragged Bundy down with her. Duquesne will get a free kick here. An opportunity to get some more work on your set plays here.
Carly Steiner to take it, the junior from Cincinnati. Made just 5 starts last season, but she's worked her way to become a consistent member of this starting 11 here for Duquesne. There's Edwards to make that play off the set piece, catches that one and trying to develop something for Pitt here on the rush. Up the right side, it's Craven with an opportunity here. Slowing things down a bit, trying to chip that in, but a nice play by Gilbert.
Yeah, right idea to try to reverse that. You get something going up the right side. You know you have your teammate streaking up the left, and the Duquesne defense just not there to contend it. Unfortunately, unable to beat that play there, as Pitt will get a throw in.
More changes coming for Duquesne. Kolniszewski off. West off for the Panthers as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, the bid for the hat trick comes to an end, but a fantastic game for Amanda West as she comes back and claims her dominance back on this pitch here at Ambrose Urbanic Field. 2 goals on the night for her.
Didn't go without trying. 4 shots on goal for her, 2 goals, 5 shots total in just 56 minutes of play. If you remember, Josh, she sat out part of the second half coming out of the gate too, so done a really nice job of making her impact as well.
Yeah, there was a little scare in the first half as she lingered on the pitch for a little bit longer down on her knee. Of course, you always get a little bit more cautious coming off the injury she's had, but at the same time, she's a warrior. She got right back up. She played 86 minutes a couple games back against Kent State, and really just picking up right where she left off. And that's what you want to see from someone coming off that sort of injury.
Caitlin Killinger also coming into the game for the Panthers on the left side in that forward position. Another local product from Plum, Pennsylvania. And once again in her freshman year as well. Here's Caulfield. Wells continuing to push the pace. Looking for Lee on that right side. Nice run from her. In for Bout. That one got a chance on the goal line. And that one couldn't get cleaned up. Looked like Killinger had a chance there on the rebound. Then the header! What a goal! Looked like it might have been Bout in the middle as the Panthers get goal number 6.
Anna Bout goes full superwoman there, full extension off the dome, into the back of the net. Doesn't get any better than that. What an athletic goal there from Anna Bout.
Little shaken up on the play, but Bout converts to give Pitt a half dozen here in the city game.
You know, you always say late in the game like this, use your head and play smart. Took that to a whole new meaning there, off the top of the dome.
Great pass in from Evers as well to pick up the assist there. And Pitt is absolutely cruising with just under 5 to go.
Yeah, these fans here at Ambrose Urbanic are loving that. You saw the reactions to that goal. That was just the cherry on top to what's been an absolutely dominant performance for this Pitt offense.
In just 3 games at home so far, the Panthers have outscored their opponents 15-2. Talk about a home field advantage. The Panthers have certainly got it, even if the visitors are coming from just under 3 miles away. Caulfield stops that play in transition as Fuchs goes back to Edwards in net. DeRay outside with Lee. Lee's got Rodriguez up with her as well on that right side, along with Wells, who takes it now. Lee working her way to the middle. One touch pass, some room here for Craven. Shot goes high.
Good opportunity there for the Panthers. Craven gets a crack at it, but definitely a mistake there in fundamentals for the Duquesne defense. You got to clear that ball. Ended up completely whiffing on it.
Evie Craven, another one of the freshman Panthers coming in off the bench, providing a little bit of energy to this group of forwards.
Yeah, her eyes definitely lit up at that opportunity there. Unfortunately, just sent it quite high over the goal there.
Another turnover for the Dukes.
Yeah, time winding down in this one, and couldn't go the whole 90 minutes without giving a shout out to the Kenny Pickett bananas you see in the bottom left of your screen here. I mean, just every time the ball goes that way, my eyes are drawn to him.
He is sticking out a little bit in this crowd, who has remained consistently here throughout this entire game. Few people starting to filter out now, but another really strong crowd here at Ambrose Urbanic.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett, not the only great 8 in the Pitt record books anymore, is Deborah Ablodun has been fantastic, as we've said. 2 goals in this game, as 8's been quite the great here for Pitt.
2 for Ablodun, 2 for West, 1 for Bout, 1 for Phiri as well. A part of a 6-goal outburst tonight for the Panthers. Craven back to Fuchs, slowing things down. DeRay. Nice move there from her outside of the left foot. Ball goes into the box, looking for Rodriguez. Goes free, though, on the outside again. Wells hits it right over the net. The 30th shot of the night for the Panthers. And there's the Kenny Pickett banana. As we were talking about earlier, he's sticking around there and just saw himself on the Jumbotron come up there on the screen. Bundy with just over a minute to go. Looking forward here for the Panthers. They get Bowling Green at home on Sunday and then travel to Cincinnati for a couple games at Xavier and at Cincinnati before starting ACC play on the road against NC State. On the Duquesne side of things, after today wraps up, they play St. Francis at home, Fairleigh Dickinson at home as well, and then go on the road to Kent, Ohio to play Kent State, and then down to Davidson as Atlantic 10 play starts for them. Potentially something building here. Matissa, ball in, that one driven away by Caulfield and out of play.
Yeah, I like to see Duquesne playing a full 90 here. It's definitely crushing when you're down by 5, especially in a game with the stakes as high as this one, but no shortage of heart here by the Dukes.
Certainly some promising moments for the Dukes. Obviously the scorebook, this one isn't going to look great, but at the same time, this team showed a lot of guts coming in here and putting on a bit of a show here for the Panthers, developing some opportunities, one coming here late to no avail, and a dominant 6-goal performance from the Panthers, the story of the 16th edition of the City Game. 6-1 win for Pitt.